do want to thank my Lord and my Savior, Jesus first. The reason is because I'm not the same person I used to be. And I was a thief, a drunkard, and a drug user, and a destroyer, but Jesus changed my life and also restored my marriage. Second, I want to thank my wife because she is such an encourager. I would go home after open mat so many times after getting beat up by y'all, and she would look at me and say, "Are you going to keep being a baby or get over it?" I'd say, "Sweetie, I'm going to get over it." And there was a time I actually hurt my knee real bad, and I had gotten put in a wheelchair, and my boss, as my pastor, had to wheel me home, and then I had a walker with wheels on it, and my kids loved calling me Grampy. And then they would also ask me if I needed my walker from time to time. So thankful for the support of my family through these years of jiu-jitsu. I also want to thank Professor Mark. And there are so many different things I wanted to share about Mark, but I had to keep it really short. I want to say thank you for your integrity and your character and having a safe training environment. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of schools out there, and some of them may not be a safe place to train and learn jiu-jitsu, but you have created one. And I want to thank you also for the time that you have taken to answer my text, phone calls, being available for me, and then for the honor of teaching in your school. That is huge. And you trust me with your students and with your school, and I want to say thank you for that. Such an honor to be a part of your school. And I want to thank all of you that I get to roll with, and all the people that have poured into me and have helped me grow and have taught me things. And I'm so thankful for each one of you. I would love to name all your names, but then I would leave someone out and you would be upset with me. So I love all of you and thank you so much. And I specifically have to thank the Tuesday and Thursday day classes. Professor Mark was teaching those 2 days. You know who you are, and those memories are special to me. When I would show up, when I was just starting as white belt, and I would see you guys there, it meant so much to me. And I would love to name all of you by name, but I don't want to miss one. And those Tuesday and Thursday classes were so, I love you guys, and I genuinely mean that. I cherish those memories. Okay, so a few stories that I wanted to share that I thought were great. I had like 5 of them, but I'm just going to share 3 of them. Professor Josh Fogman, I don't know if y'all know him. Him and I had been around one day. I was a blue belt, he was a brown belt. He beat me up. Class was let out. He walked into the foyer of 407, and then I proceeded to stay on the mat and complain about how terrible my jiu-jitsu was. In that moment, he ran onto the mat and began to scream in my face. And he said to me, "Do you think that was easy?" Because it wasn't. And so my takeaway from that is this: you're actually doing a lot better than you think, but you do have a lot more to grow in. So I want to encourage you to stop being so hard on yourself in your jiu-jitsu journey and know that you are doing a lot better than you think, and you do have some more room to grow. I was 4 weeks in jiu-jitsu. I was at a night class, and I got paired with Professor Larry, and I think he was a purple belt at the time. I don't know for sure, maybe a brown belt. But I was in full guard, and I was told to get out of the full guard, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to get out of full guard, so I'm just moving. Professor Larry, he laid his arm back in this perfect Americana position. All the lights went out and the spotlight shined on it. And I looked at it and I dove for the submission. Full guard, wrapped up 4 weeks, and I just dove for that Americana. I just wanted to submit somebody in that moment. He flips me over, gets on top, he punch chokes me, I tap out, he stands up and looks at me and goes, "I knew you were going to do that." And then he walked away from me. So my takeaway from that is,
Sure.
don't go for every submission, but learn position before you try to go for submission, right? And the very last little story I have is I was injured, and I was sitting on the side by the old wrestling guy by the punching bag. Y'all know the guy that was in 407? I was sitting there, Professor Mark walked up to me and he said, "Hey, you going to be a black belt one day?" I said, "Professor, I'm just trying to be a purple belt." And what I took away from that is I love that our professors look long-term. I was looking short-term. So I want to encourage all of y'all not to look at your next promotion, but to look at your jiu-jitsu journey as a long-term journey, because that's how he saw it. I didn't see it that way. My perspective was wrong. So I want to encourage you with your perspective in your jiu-jitsu journey, look long-term. That's it.